your aim and precision, how close you can hit your target. It's that easy. You said that before.
Most people have
I don't
gotten
know why
it.
the hell we're doing that again.
Let's say everyone grab a sheet.
If you haven't gotten that sheet on the front table, so for when you do your warm up, your do now today, guys, Anthony, I'd really appreciate if you take your jacket off because that's not dress code.
Thank you, Ed.
I will write people right. So just write the master objective down and put down graphing activity. You're not going to write anything else for the. So read that. You can read it with somebody else, your table.
So do we have to write master objective?
Just write your you always every day. You just the master objective. Then the only thing that for which you.
Well, they don't empty out the trash today, not good.
Yeah, they do.
Grab a sheet up front.
Not yesterday. My box is still in there.
Is it?
Mhm.
Well, no, real. No, that was mine. That's mine from today.
Oh,
I was here for basketball last night, and yeah, you're right. When I came back after basketball at 7:20, the room hadn't been untested yet.
I am so darn tired. I don't want to do anything.
Well, it's last block. Listen, you can do it, Anthony. Last block. And listen.
Can I have another button back?
Right?
Now, you're always in the bottom left-hand pocket, over on the wall in that red drop-down hanging thing.
Well, that would be true.
You're welcome.
Janelle, did you get a
Okay.
sheet from up front? Thank you, Janelle.
Now, do you have a pass?
A pass for what? A little bit better, Jake?
That's what I want to hear.
You know what? I know myself, I want to come in for surgery too, and that's why I don't have just shoes on yet, because I need the support of, so no, I hear you, right? So, okay. Right.
Okay. Where's Muharrem? Is he here? Where
He was here.
he was?
He's here today, but not here.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, guys. Thank you.
His alarm's going off.
Gosh, it's a telemarketer, and they drive me crazy. And Jasmine I saw earlier today, but I don't see her now. Okay, so you've got, guys, I'm gonna give you 10 minutes. You've got this little article to read, and you do the graph. So, follow the directions. I wanna see where we are with our, you guys should know how to make graphs. Just follow the directions on those questions.
Okay, so once
Mr.
the do
Harris.
now is done, then go on to the paper.
Wait, so
Wait.
the master objective, are we answering it, or are we?
Master objective, you're gonna write down, evaluate the difference between accuracy and precision. And under do now, just write graphing
Graphing
activity.
activity, okay.
But the graphing activity is that worksheet that you just picked up, so, yeah.
Ms. Harris?
Sure. Oh, great.
Okay, thank you guys.
There we go.
So that is your, that is your warm-up. That's what you're doing right now. I'm gonna give you about 10 minutes to read that and then answer the questions and do a real quick little graph on your
So,
paper.
It's 1954, right?
But
So
Lauren
this will be
and Jazz,
1957.
what I was saying was, you don't have to
1952.
write, other than master
Yeah.
objectives, just put graphing activity on
So
your,
what do I put
your
the
warm
white spot in the middle of
sheet.
where?
On that
Exactly, because that would be,
sheet.
because what happens between, just be, 53, 54, 55. Right, I would put it somewhere in between. You're right.
So then, what is it? Is it like,
Yeah, notice how high it is, right?
that's exactly the same thing almost.
Right, so you're gonna have to estimate over there as well.
So do I just go like this? It's not really touching, but
You got it.
for the second one,
Graph similar.
to 119.97. So this will be 6, this will be 7, right?
Exactly, right. Right, because it
5,
would be
7. Wait, it will be here. Yeah, exact line.
and then you're gonna draw. You got it.
So then this will go 151. That is close to here. So do I just do this?
Because it's gonna be 351.
So
Right.
1985.
If you need to,
So-
if you feel like you
Now,
can do it without a
just
ruler,
take a look here.
I don't have a problem.
8 minutes and
If you need a
55
ruler, we
seconds.
have the
This
little
is 3
guys
minutes and
over here.
51.
So what would this go then?
So what do you think? Just double.
Right here?
Okay, I think that's much better because see, it's just now. Okay, you got it. Good.
So the 1985.
Do you guys want a small ruler for the graph? That's one. I'm gonna give you a ruler.
Oh, great, thank you.
Okay.
So now 1985, right? So
And then when you're done, bring this sheet up and then just.
So this 46. So this will be
Okay.
right here,
I think that's good. That one looks good.
Okay.
and the last one will be 7. There'll be 9.
I agree with you.
But it'll be here, right?
Now look at your number, right?
I can.
Okay.
Yeah, and got it.
Now, you're gonna notice, what does it, is it a straight, it's not a straight line, is it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll look at.
Then you can, I think there's some questions on the bottom.
So do we just write a line through it?
Well, if it's not a straight, would you say, Donovan, it's a straight line?
No.
No, okay. So I would connect each of the points to each other, and then you can make some, so you can, that's question number 1, first of all. And number 2, what's gonna happen to the shape of the graph of mile run record versus years as time goes on? So if you, based on that trend, see, look what your curve is doing, those points, it's going down, keep on going, until probably it goes out. Based on what you've read, what did the article say about?
Maybe some,
Mm-hmm. So, will it won't go 0 though. So you can make some assumptions, because look at what's happening. So if you do this, and it's never gonna get 0. But you can make some assumptions, about that.
Go down and curve upward?
No, it would never curve up unless somebody's changing it. The point that it's gonna keep going down and down and down and down until it hits, it'll get to a point where it doesn't go any, you can't go any lower, but it's not gonna go back up.
Okay.
You know, have you ever paid attention to, is anybody in here, a track person, a running person? Christopher, do you, in prepping for soccer, do you have to help? Yeah, sort of. Do you have to get your mile, use your mile runs?
Yeah, we have to do 3 miles a year sometimes.
Okay, so there you go, it's,
Under how many minutes?
Yo. Keep a certain persistence.
yeah, so he, when he first started out though, whenever he started out, he was probably, it was more than 25 minutes, but as time went by and he got better and better, it got lower and lower, and then they're given this ceiling of 25 minutes, he has to do it in under 25 minutes. So if you were to plot that, 25 minutes would be the goal, no more than 25.
Yeah, it's the same with us with football.
Okay, all right. So you didn't start out though, it's the same thing with this. If you didn't start out at that point, you know how to get to that point. So if you were to go back, all the ones that you've done over the years, you've probably gotten a lot better, right? Okay, so that's what this is all about. Guys, when you're done, that last, answer that one. You have 2 questions, guys. I should see answers to both questions.
What questions are?
Pardon?
So what's the first question?
Read it,
Oh. Is it blank or have to come?
what you've done, okay? And then answer this, are the points in a straight line?
No.
Okay. Now, so what's the trend? It keeps going downward and downward,
Yeah.
right? So so then you have to make some assumptions. You have to predict what's gonna happen now, if in upcoming, would you stop that?
Wait, what?
You can, you know what?
Oh, yeah.
You can clean that up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And before you guys go today, I want to make sure that we have all the graded stuff. I want to make sure everything's out of your folders, in your binders. Hand in that sheet when you're done, guys. You should be just about ready to bring it up to me. I didn't do it on anybody's today. Can I do it?
I'll put it on the table.
It's gonna be here for like 2 days then.
Yes.
If you don't wash. you get it.
Sorry, I have a question. So I have to make a prediction on this. So how will it go?
So what do you think? Like, doesn't it depend on the reading? Yeah, what do you think? Predicting performance.
What's the question?
She said I have to write the MO down.
Yeah, you write the
So,
objective, and
what do you
then for
think? Do you
do
think
now,
the
you're
graph's
not
gonna
putting the
continue?
graph
Yeah,
on.
look down. Okay.
your
So
format
what
sheet.
do I do?
Just all I need
So
to
how
do
would
is-
how would you
Put
answer?
graphing activity on
I
your warm-up sheet.
Or do now.
Yeah.
That's a good start.
Will
Oh.
go down.
Okay.
So that's it.
Why? Because when you look at what the pattern, right?
So what do I put? That's it? Or
Let's see, Joel. Let's go to possible verb. Okay, you have to do that. All right.
you don't want it? Oh wait, you're just taking that, right?
I can do that. Wait.
Oh.
Oh, okay. No, we're not gonna go, you do that. But you're making a prediction. So guys, that second question, which I should see everybody's sheets coming up here with your names on it. You do not have to draw that in number 2. You don't have to draw the graph.
what you do need to do is just give me a prediction of what you think is gonna happen to that, to your graph as it.
You know he wrote me up today.
Who?
Can I
Why?
use the restroom, please?
You certainly make it fast, cause I'm gonna start some other stuff.
Well, yeah, no person college. But
So
look,
what? So
I
therefore.
got provoked to say that word. So that's not my
Okay,
fault.
good.
And he didn't even say nothing to the other board. He only said something to me. And I got upset. I felt like he was singling me out. Like, why are you singling me out? I need to do. And he didn't talk to the class about nothing projector. So,
Really?
yes, no, it's not just Miami State. So,
How would you?
I have a question.
Yeah.
What does HIM stand for?
What?
Him?
Oh,
Where are you looking at?
College at Rhodes, homecoming.
RCBC? So, what is in relation to?
I'm trying to go to open house.
Okay, so what would him, I don't know. What, show it to me.
And Jeff, how did you make that? Let me tell you that. Just answer that. I'm so sorry.
It's an acronym of some sort? Oh, okay, so looks like it's health. So it's got to be, it looks like it's talking about, medical field. Well then, it's in the Health Sciences Center. Then, just look at this, general information, there's a general information session. That's probably what you want, the general information. There's little equations.
Holy Zoom, dang.
yeah, he was, I'm like,
Yeah, I had an officers meeting at lunchtime today. Two people showed up.
standing up.
Oh, yeah, it was her and
Standing all the time.
It's those two and Lil, I'm not gonna get that, I don't want to say anything.
But Lily, she just be doing her own thing.
But then she became an officer.
I would change her.
Come here, come here.
I did, but at the time, I wasn't like, I didn't really know much.
It doesn't matter.
What?
No, it doesn't matter. Step up your game a little bit. I don't mind rolling up your sleeves. I'm working. I think you probably have some good ideas. We have,
The work that we did the other day was right here, so I had to bring it in.
okay. You need to, the next meeting is March the 10th. Put it on your calendar.
Is it after school?
Yep, yep.
Oh, that's
Okay, so let's keep it. Do I have everybody's graph?
Good, Tyreek is done. Okay, guys, cell phones away.
Okay, Mr. Harris, could you give out this note packet? Sure. Guys, I gave you a note packet last week, and we're gonna come back to that in a little bit. at the present moment, I'm gonna take a look at this, and turn this off, and I'm gonna help you fill this in.
Was the one from last week or this?
No, what you have right in front of you right now. The one that from last week, there's no place to fill notes. It is what, they're just
Oh.
notes. They're just notes.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
Yep. And it's really it's a basic thing.
You are welcome.
Ew!
Which one? Uh-oh, what's wrong, Mrs. Hackman? Ooh.
I went to go do this. I went like this, and it fell down from the.
Was it a stink bug?
No, it was not a stink bug.
What was
Okay.
it?
It was like a baby,
Maybe roach?
maybe a water bug.
It was definitely
Okay.
roach.
Okay, so everybody should have their phones away right now,
Okay,
guys.
phones away, because you need to throw information in.
Yes.
Right, so phones away.
All I
So-
gotta say is water bugs are cool.
Probably a roach.
I have a video of filming about a roach.
Yeah, are we gonna use the PowerPoint?
No, this is not a PowerPoint, so we're gonna, as I said just a second ago, I'm going to give you the notes, okay? So you can write in, so look on the first, guys, we're starting on the very first page, you don't even have to turn anything. So, the essential question, guys. Hold on, let's put your phone away.
Alright, so, phones away.
So we've done a few activities already, okay? And the question that I need to ask you guys, what's the significance of knowing accuracy and precision in an experiment? And this is where I need your help.
He actually.
Oh, I need to take a picture of these notes. This was the officer's conversation. Like, really ticked off right now.
Extra credit on homework.
Yeah, this is for Decca.
Have you played Jacob?
Wait, can we just listen to Anthony's screen real quick?
What?
Can we just listen to Anthony's screen real quick?
What?
Can we listen to Anthony's screen real quick?
What?
Ian?
That was Anthony's screen because of a roach. It wasn't just mine.
Oh, gosh, guys. All right, so, help me out with this one.
Okay, guys,
What's
so,
the significance of knowing this information in an experiment?
Isn't accuracy like closest
Thank
to
you.
the right number, and then precision is that number is the pinpoint that number?
Well, that you're on the right track with the first one. So accuracy definitely is how close you are. You have one at your place already. It is how close you are to what you're expecting. So the expected to your target. Precision, however, is how close all the points are together. So you could be way off base, but you could be repeating that way off base a whole bunch of times. So sort of like what I showed you yesterday with the bullseye, this is a good representation of accuracy, hitting the target. This, on the other hand, is a demonstration of precision. So I'm making several measurements. I'm not hitting the target, but they're all close together. So what you do is you look at the span from your highest to your lowest value, and depending on how far they are, that will tell you how precise your measurements are. For example, if I give you 12.01, 12.65, 12.02, 12.08, 12.03. Okay. Are all these measurements precise?
Yes.
Yeah.
What about that one?
Yes.
One's pretty off.
It's off. They're pretty. There is precision. If I take this one out and I say the distance between the lowest one and the highest one is only 0.07 of a point. The minute I put that 12.65 in there, I screwed everything up. Now, Donovan, gonna continue to pick on you.
All that's fault.
Okay, let's say my expected value, so let's say this is person number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. So you get 5 people, and pretty much everybody's gotten the same thing except person number 2. So you can tell me that this group was fairly precise, with the exception of this person. You look at the whole, and yeah, this person's off, they messed up the results of the group. However, what if I told you the actual accepted value, the target, the correct number was 12.65. Now, were 4 of those
No, you're not.
people accurate?
No.
No, but they were precise. But this guy was accurate. Now, chances are, when we look at data, when I give you data, whether it be today or tomorrow, I'm giving you data that's, you look at it and it's either all over the place, or they're clustered together, and you will be given information that you have to use to actually make some decisions about it. So that, when you're doing any kind of experiment, the significance then, Donovan, of knowing the difference between those two in an experiment is whether the data is correct or not.
That's the answer.
Well, that's one of the answers. And so they're trying to get you guys to help me fill some of this stuff in. Why is it important? So you should be writing this stuff down on the first page. Do you have your first page?
Oh, you still on first page?
I'm still on the first page.
Okay.
That question that we're still
So
answering.
you're gonna write this down, guys.
Wait, so this is measure of how close to the measurement comes to whether the data is correct?
So, yeah, so whether the data is correct, and I'm trying to see if you can come up with any other answers as to why is it so important to know the accuracy and precision in the experiment. And this probably sums it up the best. You want to know whether you're on the right track or not, okay? So if all you put for that first one page is that, you're good. Okay? Turn to the second page. So, we've already filled out some of this stuff, whether you realize it or not.
What about precision? You do precision.
Well, you know what? Go back to the first page. You want to see whether you, because this is all about precision, whether you can repeat your results. Because as I showed you with that long list of data, everybody kept doing, except the one person, everybody was able to get basically the same things. They were fairly precise.
Is the second one?
That would be, that has to do with precision.
Yeah, but which one?
Can I-
Which one for precision? There's two.
Well, the top one, I would say, is more about accuracy. Look at the first page.
Yeah, I understand.
I haven't done that yet. I haven't done that page yet. Okay, so turn to, now you can say on that, we'll address everything on that page. So accuracy, as Donovan pointed out earlier, so turn to the top of the second page, is the measure of how close to a measurement comes to the what? Expected, we'll say value. Because it may not necessarily be a point, or, so let's just put value. So this is accuracy. Does everybody have that? Try, you got this? You got this? This is the one for expected value. That is what you're. The other stuff that was what I put up there. Was there. Okay? I'll leave it up there so you can copy it. So, the importance, so the first page was how to to do with the importance of accuracy, precision in an experiment. The importance that the very first slide on the bottom of the first page.
Great.
So those two lines up there both have to either do with accuracy or the second one's more precision. Can I repeat my results? If my data is all over the place, you look at the highest and the lowest value and there's a huge difference, then I can't repeat my results. So it's not precise. And then at the top of the second page, accuracy, all accuracy has to do, and all you remember is how close you are to your target, or in this case, I would want you to put expected value of whatever is measured. So if I put 10 milliliters in a graduated cylinder, and you guys are giving me 9.5 or 10.5 or 11, you're not very accurate. The expected value is 10 milliliters. But if you give me something other than 10 milliliters, then you guys aren't accurate. Now, if I kept measuring and kept coming up with 9.5, 9.55, 9 whatever, if I keep giving you basically the same things over again, I'm not correct, but I've been precisely not correct. I've been able to repeat my stuff. So, precision then, the bottom box. Does everybody have these two things up here?
We're good.
Okay. So precision is okay, a measure of how what? What would you put? What do you think you
Value.
Precise.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
Consistent?
Yeah.
What goes here?
Wait,
Consistent.
Well, consistent, but what did I just say about how the proximity of these? How it starts, it's a C word. Yeah.
what I said was, how you can repeat your results.
That's good, but you can use one word, guys. What did we talk about? How, what did I heard it? Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
That, I already.
So the blank for that on the bottom of the second page is how close they are to each other. It's a measurement of how close. So if they're far apart from each other, then you're not very precise. If you are real close together,
Yeah.
then they are precise, okay? So do you have that last one? You have it close? Okay. And then, what do you think goes in the bottom?
Same.
No.
Accurate.
Thank you, Matt. Say that louder.
Accurate.
Accurate. So you can be precise. Look at my bullseye up here. I didn't hit the bullseye once. I am precise though. So the bottom line should say accurate. So you can, but Matthew, you can be both. You can do this. Well, let me do it. And you're going to see a worksheet in a little while on this. I could do this. So I've not only hit my target, but my measurements, my points are very close to each other. So these, I'm both. You can be neither. I could be like this. I could have points all over the place, not hitting the target at all. I'm going off the target, which would be me. So I haven't hit the target once. So I'm not accurate and I'm not precise. So there's a representation of precision versus non-precision. Oh, take a look at the next page where you have those targets. So the upper guys, Pariah, let's turn what you need to be following along to the next page. Okay. So you see all that comparison of accuracy versus precision. The upper left side, where are all those bows hitting?
Target.
In the target. So it's what is that high or low accuracy then?
High.
So when you're filling this out, so this should be high accuracy up top. Guys, if you wanna take a look around here. High accuracy and what?
Low precision? No, good precision.
High precision. Yep,
Wait for the top left one?
top left, because they're all in the target, so they all hit the mark, but they're all close together. Let's go to the one on the top right side.
Has low accuracy and high precision.
One of those targets, one of those arrows hit the target.
No, it's high accuracy. That looks like it's on the side.
Say that again.
High accuracy and low precision.
So the top right-hand side, Jazz, let's put our phone away.
It was just and low.
So low precision, just, I don't know why, that was a type, probably a typo. So they've already told you that that's low precision, but it's high accuracy. And then what about the bottom left, Jazz? What would you say? All the arrows are clustered together, but they're not in the target, so that is what?
Low accuracy and high precision.
Yep, low accuracy and high precision. They didn't hit the mark, but whoever was doing it, they kept doing it over and over again. And then finally,
Wait, so,
yes.
never mind.
No,
So the second one, this one right here.
is low, oh, yes, high accuracy and low precision. And then down here, is high precision.
So you don't have low precision.
They already put low in there for you. I'm not sure they screwed that up when they made
This
this.
one is high, I mean low.
Uh-huh, and high precision. And then what about the far right hand, the lower right hand corner?
High precision.
Did it hit the target? No, so then it's low accuracy and low precision because they're all over the place.
Oh, so it hits it.
It hits, all it needs is to hit your target one time. One time, in order for it to be considered accurate. No, we're not gonna play darts here.
So with for the bottom right, it would be low and low?
Yes, because none of them, she said bottom right.
The bottom right.
Bottom right is both low, they're low accuracy and low precision.
Bottom right.
Bottom right,
Oh, yeah.
Taraya. So, you try to figure out when you're doing a lab, and I've told you you're supposed to get X number of grams for something, and you're not close to it. How do you find out the amount of error that you have? So if you look at the bottom of that page, it's the difference between the experimental value and the accepted value. So the two lines that you have there, let me see if I can figure this out.
Did you get
Come on,
okay.
hurry up.
Good. Okay, good.
The only thing I don't like about this stuff. All my framing I want to take off.
High accuracy. Low precision.
Very good. Very good, right?
See if this works. I haven't used this for a while.
Hopefully
Because, and last year, this was over there.
Right.
And it was annoying that I had to sit over there, but then it made it much more convenient. Okay. Yeah, it's there, the desk is there, okay. So. Yeah, perfect. All right, so I'm gonna push this up so you guys can see it, and I'm going to. All right, so the difference between the experimental value and the accepted value is what we call error. Where did my marker go? Okay, so this top line should be experimental error. oh, no, experimental value. Value. And the bottom is, it says the correct value, that is the accepted value. Mr. Harris, could you turn the,
Want me to turn that one
let the light off that's
Sure.
closest to the,
To the door?
no, to the.
To the board?
No.
I'll put the other two on. That's.
Keep the back two on, yeah, that's good,
Is that good?
yeah.
Was it accepted value or accepted?
I'm sorry?
Is it accepted value or is it just accepted?
Oh, you're right, the accepted value. Okay? So, does everybody have that? You got that, Osborne? You got those two things? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Next page. All right. So all this is here, this next one is, the formula is in that box up top. So all I'm gonna do, I think all you want to do is take your experimental or accepted value minus your experimental value. And that's all you have to write for this one. All you're doing is looking at the difference between the two values, and that gives you your error. It doesn't give you your percent error, but it gives you your error. Well, the next step is next page we'll look at the percent error.
So, the first one is the experimental value, and the second one is the correct value. That was the verification.
Oh, we already did that one. We
Because,
did that already.
yeah,
She needs to put on the page
Oh.
before that she's missing. She should have experimental value on the first line and accepted value on the second line.
Top line is experimental.
Okay, so, moving right along then, did you get the other part written?
Yeah,
No,
that's not
okay.
there, you're gonna come to this plan.
Up top. And then we're gonna do a problem together. And I'll move it up. Okay, so here's a sample problem. We all accepted the fact that the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius, correct? We all can accept that. Now, somebody comes along though and they determine that their water boils at 99.1. So then you need to figure out what the error is. So what do I need to do? What's my accepted value? Is this. The accepted value is 100. The experimental value is equal to 99.1. So 99.1 degrees Celsius, and this is my accepted. So if I'm taking my accepted value, my accepted value minus my experimental value to get the error, how am I going to set what order am I going to put them in? What's going to be first? What's my accepted value?
99 Celsius.
Accepted value. That's the experimental. It's 100. So 100 degrees Celsius minus the 99.1 degrees Celsius. Okay, so that is what?
Wait, so 100
So
degrees
100
accepted.
is your accepted. We already know that water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Somebody comes along and they get an experimental value of 99.1. So the difference between 100 and 99.1 is 0.9 degrees Celsius, 0.9 degrees Celsius. That is what we call the error. This person, for whatever reason, either didn't read it too soon, or whatever, but they have an error of 0.9 degrees Celsius. There's another one at the top of the next page, which I'm going to flip to. Okay. So, what is my
Wouldn't it be 0.09?
0.9? No, 99.1 plus 0.9 gives you 100. 0.0. Okay? So it's 0.9. Okay, so the so a student measures the depth of the swimming pool to be 2.04 meters at its deepest end. The accepted value is 2.00. What is the error? So the accepted value is 2, and the experimental value is 2.04. So, well, okay, so I will tell you right now, it's an absolute, guys, everybody pay attention. We don't refer to our error as negative or positive, it's an absolute. So yes, Taraya, you're correct in saying it is negative 0.04. But what happens when I put those bars next to my, Taraya, look. What happens when I put those bars? That means that it's an absolute value. So yeah, it doesn't matter whether I've gone above or below what I should have. It's going to be 0.04. And guys, you should correct me when I do something like this. I should always have, I can either write out the units or put the abbreviation. So please, when we do things in here, we want to be sure we use our units.
And the accepted value always goes first.
Yes.
Even if it's a smaller number, it always goes first.
Right. And then the only blank that you have to fill in on the bottom, what goes in?
The percent?
Percent. That's all you have to fill in on the bottom line. Has everybody got that? This is just going to be percent.
Yeah. Oh.
And then the next step is I'm going to teach you how to do percent error. So we'll play around with some numbers, but so if I turn it over to the next page, the formula is up at the top. Okay. So, and I'm going to, so you just did this. You just figured out your error. Notice I have the bars on either side. That means it's an absolute. So, Taraya, let's take that one swimming, the one with the pool. We already just determined that it was 0.04 error, and the accepted value was, so this is 2.00. My experimental error, my experimental value was 2.04. So 2 minus 2.04 over 2. So that's what this is. And then what do I need to do with this? I need to multiply this by 100 to get a percentage. Can you plug this into your phone or your calculator? We do have calculators in the back if somebody wants to grab one of them. It's a very small, difference. 2%? Yeah, because if I had a 1, so I could do it in my head. 4 over 1, it would be 4%, but it's 200, so it's 2%. Okay? So I could actually, you know what I would do I would write, when I teach this normally, I'm gonna rewrite this. What I do is I go 2.00 minus 2.04, the absolute value of that over 2.00, which is my expected value, times, or my accepted value, times 100 would give me the 2% error.
So that's how you wanna rate it, right?
Yeah, I want to be able to see that you put your accepted value and your experimental value in there. Don't just put that. All the author's doing is breaking this down and into baby steps so that you guys get the hang of how to do error, and it's the fact that it's absolute. And then we have here's two good problems. Okay. We have, I'm gonna move this up, guys. Okay, an experiment performed to determine the density of lead yields a value of 10.95 grams per cubic centimeter. The accepted value, so here's my accepted value, is 11.342. So that's a difference then between, there's a difference, okay? And they want us to find the percent error. So what's the first thing I need to write down in my calculation, guys? What's my accepted value? 11.342 minus the 10.95 over the 11.342. Taraya, make it fast.
Okay.
And then you can write this down when you come back. I'm gonna either copy it from Jazz or I'm gonna go keep going on. Okay? Somebody help me with this.
What?
What's your
I don't do
cal-
math.
What?
I don't do math.
Well, we do math in here.
You have your calculator, right? You can use your
You have a calculator, we have calculators in here. You will be doing some math in here.
Try and see what you get. See if you get what everyone else gets. See what you get.
Yuri, let's sit up. You should be doing exactly what I'm doing. You should have a calculator out. Did you
Why is it
calculate
writing
it?
11 point,
The accepted value is 11.342.
but aren't you supposed to just divide 10.95 by the accepted value?
No, that's not, you have to first figure out your error. So the error is the difference between these two numbers.
Should be 3 something?
I'm sorry,
3.4?
is that your percentage?
3.4 or 5.6?
3.4?
5.6?
I got negative 85.201.
Ooh, that sounds awfully high. Where's my calculator?
I got 3.45618057.
Okay, that sounds more like it. 10.2.
See, I don't do math.
But
So
you
the first
got
one I got
to,
like that. You're not supposed to do all together. You're supposed to subtract the first two top ones,
That's
Yeah.
retarded.
and then once you subtract that, you divide it. You get the answer. You hit enter, and then you divide 11.342,
Times 100.
and then you get
Yes.
the answer. Then you do time.
what did you say, Lauren? You had a
I got 3.456.
Yep, and, Bachman, you got the same thing,
Yeah.
right? Okay, we're gonna go out to the hundreds, and guys, when I give you directions, I will tell you whether you should go out to the tenths or the hundreds, or whether I don't give a hoot. Because there are gonna be times in here, when we talk about the periodic table, and you're gonna see these numbers that go out really far, and you go, why? And then the others only go out to the tenths, like I think lead, I'm looking at the mass of lead right now, it's 207.2. And then you get other numbers that go out 5 and 6 places. Who cares? I do to a certain extent. And there are gonna be times when I'm gonna say, when we're doing stuff like that, where you can go out as far as you want. And then there are other times where I'm gonna be real specific and say, listen, cut it off at the hundredths place. Okay. So yes, the correct answer for this is 3.456. 3.46. I'm gonna round that to 3.46. And what else do I need to put next to that number?
Percent?
Percent, thank you. Who was that? Thank you. Okay. Then there's a, flip to the next page for the last practice problem. And, okay. So, a technician measures the boiling point of octane to be 124 point, ooh, octane, that's interesting. Because usually, like, a gasoline is, the boiling point is gonna be
A lot lower.
But anyway, this is just a sample problem anyway.
And it kind of makes sense.
What? That
When
should
the
be
car
lower.
warm- When the car warms up, it's like 212 degrees Fahrenheit. So then it was burning a lot of oil or gas.
Yeah. Okay, so the actual, so this is my accepted value, where they say the actual boiling point is 125.7. The experimental is 124.1, so I'm gonna take 125.7 degrees Celsius minus 124.1 degrees Celsius, and that gives me, whatever that number is, that gives me my error, okay? But I wanna find my percent error, so I'm gonna take this difference and divide it by 125.7 degrees Celsius. And then I'm going to take times 100 to get my percentage.
Got it.
So put those numbers in.
I got it. I got 1.272871.
What, 1.272?
28.
Okay, we're gonna cut it off at that. So it's 1.27%, guys. Okay. So, I'm gonna give you a chance to. Where did I put my? Mr. Harris.
Yes. Would you like me to hand down?
Yes, and you guys can do these together. I don't want you to do,
That's okay. Sure.
I don't want you to cross off for now, although the hole punch already is in number 2. Cross out number 2, because I don't feel like dealing with scientific notation right now.
Don't blame me.
It's like, you know, it's its own bag of worms, you know, you open that up and it's like, oh,
Yeah?
yeah.
There we go.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but I need to go through some stuff with you guys before we do that.
There we go.
So, Mrs. Hackman, which one you said there's one?
The only one I don't want you to do is number 2, where the expert scientific notation is.
Yeah.
Try copy what she has, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4 problems. You can work on that for the rest of class. Please remember, guys, you have a binder quiz tomorrow. And so it requires you, Donovan, please sit up and get your work done. Christopher, please get your work done. What did I say? What's the number that you don't have to do on that sheet? 2. Thank you. Glad somebody was listening.
So you do times 100.
I'm gonna leave this, guys, you have your notes now from the 2 problems. Refer to them when you're setting these problems up. And they even give you, Batuan, they give you the formula up at the top. You have everything out of your folder?
I found it.
go.
Okay.
So do I have to round it any to tens or hundreds?
I'm not going to specify that you have to go out any further than the hundreds at this point.
So 1.2 then.
What, 4.62? Yeah. I'm gonna come around and give you, did I read your name correct? Your name is on here.
Yeah.
Did I put that stuff in order in your binder? Guys, I'm gonna put my chemistry binder over here. I would really appreciate if people took a few minutes before the end of class. Once you get those problems done, you can put them in the basket. Those are due. Now, I'm gonna leave my binder right here, guys, so that you can make sure that you have everything in your binder that needs to be in your binder. Donovan, let's get all, are you using your calculator?
So 2
What
to
are the
5.
negatives?
You're not, it's an absolute value, okay?
Divide by 225. And then do times 100.
Matthew, this is for Matthew.
Oh, great.
So here's the binder. I don't know if we want to pull this
Oh, you know what?
binder out and,
Probably, yes.
okay.
Right here.
So, same thing for you guys. This is all, this is yours. That's yours? Okay, so this is, So when you're done those problems, bring them up. Be sure you put your name on it. Okay, Anthony, here's your.
This is great.
What? It's not gonna be a
Not
negative.
gonna be a negative.
It's always it's an absolute, see, you see how it's 12%. In other words, it doesn't matter that it's 12% negative or positive. But, guys, and please show your work. Because I need to know your work.
Wait, what do you mean show you what, like show the exact numbers you get before?
That's what you're doing. What you're
Like
doing.
this or this?
What you're doing. You're fine. You're fine. Great. You have a whole bunch of great stuff. Here's for you. You can put this stuff in here. I want you to be able to show how to set it up though. Okay, that's fine.
Oh. You what?
What? What's your question?
Did I do this right?
So 1.3 minus 1.24. Yeah, look at your formula right there.
I don't have that cell phone.
Pardon?
That cell phone.
That I have it.
Oh, okay, so that won't have to win. Okay.
Oh, I would definitely not ask you.
I think I'm finished.
What? You're finished? Put it in the basket. How you doing?
Number 30 is next to 12.
So I did this, right?
Wait, where's your binder, Miss?
It's wandering, it's, you know how to,
Don't forget the percentage.
yes, 1 point, so, no, it should be 1.3 minus 1.2, not that it matters, because it's an absolute. Look, accepted value, accepted value,
You
that's
said it can't be negative, right? So
Yeah, well, you wouldn't report it, even though you might have a negative number, it's reported as whatever. Point 0.06 over 1.3.
Do you have this 1.20?
Now, the pre-test, did you keep that, Joe?
Yeah, you're not getting that
Okay.
back right now. So it's 1.3 minus 1.24. You got a 0.24, 1.24. Just 0.06, minus 1.24, divided by 1.3.
You
Times
have the
100.
beeper testing. You got all the testing for the boys.
I have, unless there's something that I actually gave, because I may have given you something back. I gave you back your safety test just now. Here's your beaker.
Oh, this one here.
That was a pre-test, so
Okay,
you wouldn't
so
have
we
that.
won't have to, so good. For that now.
Okay.
Great, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, so you're getting that.
Right.
Okay. I think you're good, aren't you? You
Yeah.
got everything out there?
Yeah, I just checked.
Okay.
I'm gonna go home, get an afternoon.
I wish You know, Anthony, do not.
You know how long we're gonna have to wait?
How long?
Fell asleep at 7 o'clock and didn't wake up till 4. Sleep. Yeah.
I gave, Matt's out right now. Oh, like the worksheet, that was. Ruler still. Did you still have more?
I can't wait.
I don't remember. This?
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you think I'm gonna have time to check my binder?
Yeah, why don't you go over, take your binder over
No.
there. And
Not to what?
hop in. And then turn it into the basket. Yes.
So, I am a math teacher. I carried the whole class in math class.
Is your problem done?
Wait, you did? Come on now, not the whole class, but majority of the class.
Minus, so that's your.
Wait, you did?
Minus
Yeah.
1.3.
What is this, like the third week?
This one, right?
What?
Third week?
No.
Over
That's not even, that's not even
1.3
third.
minus 100
This is like the.
gives you,
What did I tell you?
I'm not gonna, you need to.
No, you see that?
I just started the first one.
You're everything go.
Go back and.
Now,
No, you don't understand.
Do them correct.
I didn't stop.
Okay? You need to find the difference between your exception and your experimental value. We don't play, come on, Anthony.
I was like, I went like this. I was like, yeah.
Okay, do I have some of yours, I don't have everybody's.
why can't you get, why can't you get, it's so fire. I didn't think I could get it. I actually got it, like, this is not hard. I thought it was hard. You know how you see them movies and shit like that? And you like, That's just hard.
Okay. Enter. Divide that. 1.3.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
Times 100.
Come on now.
Thank you. 2.62. That's the way you do them all. So this minus this over this.
That's all crazy.
Okay. All right. Streak, you almost done, hon? Matthew, got this?
That's crazy. Yeah.
Okay, that's the point. It's not really the same. I want to always have the term right. Use
You know, it's funny, I just saw that car in the auto show.
yeah, it's just around.
Oh, okay. Oh, you heard? I just saw the car in the auto show.
Okay, thank you.
I'm the negative of the flying cloud.
It's absolute. Remember, see those bars on the sides? Those mean it's absolute. In other words, you don't have negative or positive error. It is what it is.
Oh, good, right.
So everything in your binder is in order?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh, it's just rooms already.
It's
So,
$10,000.
Chris.
Now we have time tomorrow to look.
I thought they were 50.
I don't have.
They're close to.
They're 40,000 in paying the rest.
Oh,
They're $10,000 to change the tires.
It's up to you to grab
Those
that
are
binder
racing
and
tires.
make sure yours is in order.
Each tire.
Bugatti specific, because all the cars, all tires and work well.
Isn't it each tire?
But you, we like working with
Each
the
tire is 10,000.
Oh, this is
For all of them.
Tire service,
You got the picture yesterday?
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry?
I heard
That's your conversion, Mrs. Hackman. We didn't get that back
Nope.
Okay.
So anything that you haven't gotten back yet, you're not responsible
What's
for.
the replacement?
you have this sneaky.
Replacement.
Yeah, there's more forms in there than,
You now, where do you want that?
keep them in the front of your binder because I may ask you a question. In fact, guys, I know I'm gonna ask a question on the binder quiz tomorrow. Taraya, listen. I'm going to ask a question on the binder quiz tomorrow that relates to one of your do-nows this week. So it's a good idea to put all those in the front of your binder so you can find them easily.
I thought you did the newest of
Pardon?
The newest.
Right, give me a
Yeah, I have it on the very back.
Oh,
That's how it was in the first one.
whatever works for you.
You put that one on.
As long as you can find stuff, tomorrow, as long as you can find stuff. This needs to be turned in, put your name on that. I asked everybody to turn their name on it.
But I don't want them to do that.
I don't-
Maybe you can't hold this.
No.
Great, you can turn that in, Matt. Mrs. Hackman, the
Yeah.
notes, do you want, does the whole want you to add up the notes? and just turn it in?
Yeah, that, no, the accuracy and precision notes goes in your binder.
Wait.
Okay.
He was about to explode.
Answer this.
Let me stop pulling with you. Let me stop pulling with you. I have a quiet car.
Here, we did this back.
Bring it along. How that?
But you're going back to doing it the wrong way. 225 minus over 225. But it is something that's something right. Okay. Great that you get the right answer, okay? 89%.
If go, Matthew, go. Matthew, do you remember me from middle school?
Oh, that was you!
always wondered where you did.
Oh,
Is she bothering you? Is she bothering you? Is that no?
No, she didn't. I'm not bothering him. He told me.
Miss Hackman?
I know where you want to.
Huh?
What's up with Kyle over there?
What?
Let's go say wait.
Where? Is it Peter?
Yeah. What's the book like?
Show me change.
Oh, the sailor. Yo, I dare you eat that way better.
You should have 3 days.
You eat the white stuff. It's fried bacon.
Yeah.
If I just like scoop it with this.
This is like anything.
You did right for
It
me.
smells like bacon sandwich.
Hello.
Yes, it does. You go walk. You go.
5808. You turn it around.
It doesn't smell like anything.
It's fun. We type random shit in the car.
Tracy,
Wow. Did you get it in your nose?
Yes.
Tell me if this smells like you. Don't drop it.
Guys, I should be getting everybody's worksheets before, you have 4 more minutes. You should be working on this stuff. Or guys, ladies and gentlemen, put that back.
He told me
Maharam.
to.
No, put that back. That's the setup for a lab.
It's bacon sauce, right?
It is, but that's beside the point.
Harm says it smells like something.
I should see everybody at their desk right now. Go back to your desk.
I make a bunch of weird jokes, Soraya, okay?
You shouldn't have your coats on. You should have, I don't care that it's 4 minutes till closing time. You need to use your time wisely. You could have gone back to my computer back there. Got it down. I'm not gonna really give you tomorrow.
Wait, is it buying the place tomorrow or Friday?
Use your time wisely. Well, so was I.
Yeah, but you didn't get printed out.
So you took away being written up.
Wait, what did you do? Because apparently I'm cursing too much.
Yeah, and you know what? The cursing I hear around here drives me crazy.
I don't say no words that much.
Thank you.
I do. I'm sorry, I don't work too much.
No teacher right
Hey yo.
Your mouth is threatening. I don't be like him and just curse all the time.
now.
He's bad. I got pride cards today though too.
But see, I have good grades.
But not everybody likes to hear that kind of language.
I'm not saying I'm not saying everybody.
Hey, what did you pass?
When you go out into the business,
you
you
pass,
have a job, and
Money does a lot.
What did you pass in
you
English?
stop playing around with that Bunsen burner.
Yo,
and
Chris.
you go back.
What did you pass English with?
I remember being cursing English.
No, I'm not saying that.
What you pass with Mr.
I'm
Warren's class?
saying, I hear it around the school.
I'm pretty sure I passed like a 77.
You're going into the real world working, you're using that kind of language.
Hey, I'm a mechanic, so this is normal.
But you wouldn't go up to a customer and say,
Oh, no,
here's
I'm
your
a person.
effing engine. What do you want me to
No,
effing do with?
if I'm working,
What did I just
and they
say?
hear me
What did
first,
I just say? Money does a lot, right?
Okay, but you don't got no money, you got
Boy.
no, you just can't get mad at parts.
Stop it.
Like, if you can't take, like, you don't get mad, like, let's say, like, you're trying to do something, like, let's take, like, your string, like, one inside your hoodie, and you're just trying to take it out, but you can't get it, and you start
Yeah,
getting mad. Exactly, that's what mechanics do with the cars.
Okay, I know
Yeah,
I
Juicy,
do
why not?
not have everybody's graph. Is everybody handing in their graph?
Need tape on your potty mouth.
1, 2,
These two
Put
smell
your
like
hand tape on them.
4,
Oh, okay.
5, 6,
Is that what?
9. I am missing one person's
Guys,
graph.
make sure
Probably not.
grab the user here.
No, everybody been stealing them all day.
I started stressing.
Janelle has not turned hers in. Janelle, I need your graph.
I'm not dumb about it.
I did turn
I
it.
got on that last session.
Oh, I got it, sorry.
Give me my airport.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, Christopher, the minute you come in tomorrow, that is due in the basket. Oh, it's easy.
With,
almost like-
I need to listen to.
You're welcome.
Watch NCIS New Orleans or the regular NCIS. Whatever. That is my favorite.
New Orleans. I love the original and I love New Orleans.
Leroy Jeffers.
Oh, I miss.
Oh my God. And, Kate.
A long work.
Have a good afternoon, everyone.
I miss.
So what block went slow?
What's it? I think today they all went by fast for me. How about you?
I think block 2 was slow.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, when we're in
I
history.
like it.
No, so I think that went fast.
I
because-
feel like that went slow.
Well, you know what? Maybe because it's in the middle of the day.
Yeah, it went
No,
slow.
it could be.
That's the thing. And first block went second slowest.
First block is always fast. Matthew, thank you so much. Great job. See you in the morning.
First block is slow because you're in
Janelle?
class.
Great. Thank you for the help, Janelle. Well, you know what? First block I think always goes by pretty fast. Take care, Janelle.
For me, it's slow, but before you get to class.
So it's really good.
Last block,
Sometimes he does the producing.
last block went fine.
Oh, yeah. I think last block went fast.
Yeah.
I think because it was so busy.
Thank you for getting your work done.
Everyone, I believe.
You need to make sure Donovan gets all the notes copied tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Get some sleep then tonight because
make sure you get those notes.
you still have work that you're responsible for. I'm like, just because you don't get sleep doesn't mean.
Have to do your notes tomorrow. Make sure that you have those Have a good night for calling us.
Oh,
but you're the one who started it though.
Alright, just so I can tell everybody what you guys what you want to do it like. Because then if you're supposed to have letter, you're like, yeah, I'm going to kill myself, so I end up killing myself.
I didn't say that though.
The suicide was before you got
concept. She's in love with the concept, as if we're all just how she imagined. We're in love, we just don't know it yet. She's in love. She's in love. She's in love with the She's in love. She's in love with the concept, as if we're all just how she imagined. We're in love, we just don't know it.